Hi, hi. All right, so Leos, welcome back. Leos, normally I am a very linear storyteller, but I'm going to do something different because I like to mix it up. And you notice this backdrop is very much big, huge, wild splashes of colors. It's disjointed, it's a little bit wild, and there's lots going on. So, with that in mind, I want to go ahead and tell a story where each card is going to kind of give us a different message instead of turning it into just a particular story. Okay. Or at least that's what I'm going to attempt. I did it in Leo's and I still kind of found a story. So go figure, right? So we have the Lover's card in the reverse, combined with the Fool, combined with the Woman of Discs, which is the Queen of Pentacles. All right, so here's what I would say. By the way, some Gemini energy there as well. But what I would suggest on this is that the first like big splash that comes into Leo's environment is there's been a dissolving of a particular choice and a new environment, a new like something that Leo used to think they would have wanted if only that thing would have chosen them in return. It doesn't have to be a lover, it could have been. But I'm going to say there was a lot of like strange guilt and shame surrounding something. Maybe regrets were kind of saturating some connection of the past. Maybe it was a taboo love connection for whatever reason. Maybe there were mistakes made, lies told, even if there had been love there. And it's kind of like, how do we reverse this thing? You know what? Maybe we don't. Maybe we move on from it. So we have a Leo who is recognizing that they have transformed. They wouldn't choose something complicated or even maybe I'll use the word tarnished for themselves now. They would rather choose something that is more tangible, something that they can work on. Now, this could be a Leo who is turning their thoughts and attention to literally like craftsmanship, artisan work. This could be somebody who makes something. They could be a jewelry maker. They could do fine, detailed work. They could also do something with like maybe they go to like a Saturday market and sell their wares. But this is a character who may have a talent that was handed down through generations, and they have really turned to that thought process. You know, what do I choose? I choose a less complicated life and instead an adventure of a whole different version, a whole different variety. And this choice that this Leo is very clearly making is kind of supported by the universe because we have the cow here, which is kind of like a tip of the hat to like Hathor from the Egyptian pantheon of gods, kind of like the Milky Way goddess, I'll say. There's something here about Leo is supposed to perhaps turn their attention to an inherited gift or skill set because it's going to bring them abundance and freedom. You know, look, money is not the end all be all, but money does pave the way for a lot of, you know, freedom of activities, freedom to travel, all kinds of wonderful things that money can translate into, right? But what I like about this is it's focusing on Leo's skill set. So instead of Leo focusing on something that didn't work out, something that was complicated, something that frankly they wouldn't choose. And that's what they've realized. I wouldn't choose a situation that was so complex and steeped in difficulty. I would choose this instead, something I can work on, something that is going to transform my life, something that is going to give me a great joy, I think, also for this Leo. I think whatever this is, it is a skill set that is already within our Leo. So we have a Nine of Cups. Okay, so as a kind of a separate and different message, Leo's life is about to become very colorful. This could literally represent that they maybe they get some new stained glass window, or they get some new glassware, or they get something new that just adds a splash of color. Maybe they update their wardrobe, or maybe they start to encounter and deal with all kinds of different people from different cultures, from different walks of life. Whatever it is variety is coming into Leo's life, and that's where their real source of pleasure is. They like the different, they like the intriguing, they like the new. They also like the transparent, meaning no great mysteries to solve, no hidden agendas. I mean, I guess you could say, well, mysteries can be fun, but hidden agendas are rarely considered fun, right? That just makes everybody feel awkward and like, oh, I don't know what's going on here. Um, this is a character who's about to really enjoy simple, straightforward, truthful communications with a variety of different people that are going to add light and laughter and interesting, snippets of conversation and interesting topics into their life. Sometimes the more people we deal with, the more difficult life can become, but that's not the case here. Now, Leo could be starting to deal with a lot more artistic individuals. That if you've ever been around a group of thespians, oh my goodness, theater people are the funnest people in the world. They have such huge, interesting personalities, and they have quick wit, and they have these minds that are just delightful, and personas that are like you'll never see that many unique, funny, fun, warm personas ever in one room. Or at least that's been my experience. The actors and actresses and artisans that I have known, they can be such delightful people. Um, maybe that's something Leo's going to experience, or maybe it's just Leo is going to start to have a bunch of different experiences of their own that are going to make them into that kind of interesting, multifaceted person. But let me put it this way, everything's going to be very true. That is an important component of this card. Something true, something clear, something delightful, something that adds a new element, a new splash of color and lively energy into Leo's life. That is their happiness coming in. So it's not, this Leo is going to have a layer of different accomplishments, right? We see them shifting into possibly greater financial success, but we also see them shifting into things that will make a lot of sense, and that they will understand, you know what, I like this, or you know what, I like this person, or you know what, I'm enjoying this. It's because there isn't drama and intrigue and, lies and subterfuge. It's just interesting and it's joyful. And I signed up for this. Also, I keep getting the idea of a kaleidoscope, or like a prism. Like, obviously we're seeing glassware here, but different kinds of blown glass, colorful glass. Somebody could even be, at this point in their life, they could be really drawn to, there's some really gorgeous Moroccan lanterns that are really multicolored, and sometimes they're like multiple, like really unique shapes. I'm picturing somebody who could be drawn to that kind of, housing decor or something at this point in time. And it could be like an external projection of how they're feeling on the inside. We have a Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands on this card is so awesome because instantly I think of huge hair bands. I think of like the greatest, like late 80s rockers. Give me some Def Leppard any day. Oh my God. Yes. Yes. But with this Seven of Wands, it's about how we overcome struggles. For Leo, so seven is a divine number one. And Leo is, even if they didn't think that they wanted to do something like this Leo may find themselves happily collaborating. But what they're going to bring to the table in a big group of people, they're the one acoustic guitar. That's going to sound very different than all of these electric guitars. There's something a little pared down. Leo has a knack for hitting the nail on the head. If Leo's working in a group setting, they will rise as a natural leader, but not in what we would consider the Leo formula. Leos are considered to be bold and, trendsetters, and kind of like red is their color, and it's a look at me and I'll lead the way. This is somebody who leads the way in just a very authentic, very pared down, okay, we can make all this noise, or we can make it simple and we can get to the answer and cut our workload by 90% and streamline it and get right there to the heart of the matter. Like, sometimes we'll use music as an example. Sometimes the simplest the simplest chords can be the ones that just, oh, they totally speak to our hearts, and we want to cry. And and other times you can hear huge amounts of rock music, and maybe it's fun and it's pump up, but it doesn't maybe touch your soul quite the same way. Sometimes something very simple is very relatable. Like what I'm thinking right now is, for an example of the loud thing that can be really, like, it does kick in and it stays in our mind, is like "We Will Rock You." Love that tempo, love that song, right? But then maybe a song that's a little softer that Leo might bring in is I'm thinking of "Lost Without You" by Robin Thicke. Like there's just I don't know, Leo brings a different layer to something. And it's like everything has its time and its place, but Leo's energy of the soft leadership is what's necessary to get a whole group moving forward. I think Leo's going to set themselves apart in a group, but they're also going to lead the group forward in a solution. I don't know what this is, if this is in the workplace. But I think it's Leo interacting with others. Where there is conflict, Leo's calm and peace, and their approach is going to really stand out, and it's going to make people really appreciate how different Leo's approach is. Okay, give me one more different deck now. Let's change this up a little. So we have a Princess of Cups, and we have a Three of Pentacles combined. So this would be like the Page of Cups in any other deck. And we have a lot of angelic imagery, little angels flying around here, little angels up in the background. There's an apology, an emotional offer that is going to possibly be well received by Leo, and they're going to take that like it's a gift, and they're going to plant it and say, I understand. This was something real. This is something valuable. Let's grow from here. This could be an apology coming in from someone, or an offer of love coming in from someone. It could be like a familial kind of thing, someone who's had a rift with Leo and they really want to fix things, and Leo absolutely accepts it, and they know that it's really truly meant. They know this person wants to collaborate again, and this is them, maybe not with so many words, but this is them, like say it's been an estrangement between Leo and whatever, their younger sibling or something. Leo hears from this person, and they really know this person means this apology. And although they may not say, okay, I it may not be so formal as like, I accept your apology. Instead, Leo's like, so I just found this great recipe for this cool salad with tarragon dressing. Do you want to come over on Saturday? Because I could use a few people to give me some input on this, because I don't know what to put with it. And, they just kind of roll into conversation. It's like, let's build off of this. I get what you are doing. You want to heal things. So let's grow. Let's grow from this apology. And I just feel like there's a chance to immediately start getting back to the art of growing. Now, this is love and romance, and it could be it's definitely angelically guided. And I think this romance is going to have a really wonderful chance to build as a friendship, combined with that emotional romantic offer, which could be the strongest kind of, connection to start forming with someone. One that could be built off of like, hey, do you want to put in a garden with me? Hey, do you want to come over? They could work together or work out together. We see the horses. Maybe our character likes the whole equine world. I'm sorry, I don't know anything about horses myself, but I feel like there's going to be a companionship that is going to be built in like-mindedness, and it definitely has friendship and growth, even if there's also romance here. Everything that I see here is that Leo wants something real. Leo wants happiness. They want things that are real. They want to do things that are real, and they want to lead the way in their life, simply to lead the way through struggles. Because why get wrapped up in big problems? So here I am again, still linking the storyline and creating one linear story. This is what Leo doesn't want any more of. Why would I want something back that really didn't work? I would rather go a new direction in everything in my life. I don't want to be places where I have to fight. I want to be softer in order to create harmony. I want to go places that are enjoyable, but enjoyable doesn't mean mundane. I want a little bit of pizzazz and some special, interesting things that pop into my life. That would make me happy. I want to build from my own skill set and talents and create something lasting that I'm proud of, something I can make maybe a financial benefit out of. And I want to have connections that are sincere and that I put effort in, and so do they, that we really grow. I think it's just a very real time of Leo's life. Maybe this Leo is a little bit more mature in age. Maybe they just have a strong sense of, what's important to them. And lastly, we have the Two of Pentacles. A lot of balance in Leo's life. Um, I'm going to say this. Leo is probably going to have to do a balancing act as well in their life, but that would make sense to me only because we see them wanting variety. This Leo could find themselves ending up living in two different locations, half of the year. They could find themselves working two different career paths. They could find themselves dealing with two vastly different organizations. They could find themselves, like really balancing work and family life with a hot, passionate, romantic life. Everything is going to be about letting themselves have access to the best of both worlds. And I think that balance is maybe the other indicator that our Leo has really reached a point of pursuing things that are happy, pursuing things that are authentic, and pursuing things that really, something Leo was doing in the past didn't work for them. It didn't make them happy. This avenue is going to make them a lot happier, I think. All right, I'm going to leave that one there, you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I just wanted to do something a little bit different with this wild and crazy backdrop that I've got. Very colorful. I always love to mix it up. Thank you guys for hanging out with me, and I will see you again very shortly. Bye.